Well, look, if you thought that you were dialing into a live stream of the Taylor Swift concert, you're wrong. You're in the wrong place. Instead, you made it to the fourth. Which one are we? Fourth session of the email, how to make money with email mastermind. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm not even going to try to dance like Taylor Swift. So instead, I'll just talk about what I do know, which is email. Today, we're going to talk about very specific things that people are doing to make money. All right. I don't know. I'm going to go as long as I'm going to go as far as I can go, and then we'll finish it up tomorrow because we'll take this where we want it, wherever we want it to go. We had a conversation starting off yesterday, which was critical and important related to segmentation. I'm going to kick us off with a little reminder about that. And then we're going to dive into some very specific ways that you can make money. This is a reminder for those that are having some fun watching the replays. I'm still here for you. Okay. So send me your questions. I know you're watching them because I see the stats. So thank you for that. Send me your questions. I don't want you to be stuck. Let's go. Let's make a difference here. We've seen a couple of people already started to tackle the strategy. It can be done. It just requires a little bit of that elbow grease and concentration. So let me share my screen here. Okay. All right. So we talked about this briefly, but I want to talk about it a little bit more because I think that this is tremendously important and helpful. First is understanding our customer anytime that we want to sell something or make money. Understanding our customer is critical to everything that we're doing because it's all about what problem can you solve. That's why I believe that segmentation is so important, and it is overlooked with email marketing as a way to actually make some money. Because your message, capturing their attention in a short period of time, has to hit home. It has to be something that they need. And this is both a numbers game and an effort of connecting the dots for them and solving their problems. So when we talk about segmentations, I'm going to go very fast through this section, through this portion. And what do I mean? As far as your list goes, I'm talking about dividing up your email list into the particular types, the people that you serve in different ways. Whether it is the people who are interested in home decor or the people who are interested in woodworking, those are different people. How do we create unique messages for each one? And then how do we provide ongoing answers to them? In this example here, at Practically Functional, Jessie has, you can see she's got Cricut and crafts and cleaning and home and garden. Sure, there's crossover, but somebody who's interested in Cricut isn't necessarily interested in macrame or other crafts and vice versa. I don't even know what macrame is. I just like saying macrame. It's fun. It's like decoupage. I don't know what that is either. Anyway, but we need to be able to share different things for those people, or Jessie does. In this case, this is a great food example. This is Sandy from Simply Happy Foodie. She's got Instant Pot and slow cooker recipes. Those are very different devices. They don't function the same way, and the recipes are different. So when you do segmentation, this is probably stating the obvious, but you're going to get better click rates as you narrow down your solutions for your audience, and ultimately that's going to lead to better sales. I believe that in the internet space, you and me have this challenge of we are not Target or Walmart or Home Depot or any of those big brands that have massive budgets, and or Coca-Cola that have brand awareness. So they don't know who we are. If we solve their problems over and over and over again, maybe they'll buy from us. I think it's tough to sell anything until you've built up trust. I've used Rick Steves as an example on this. For those of you who know who Rick Steves is, he's a travel expert. I've used his free content a lot. I use it on the web. He's got these free audio walking tours. Every time I go to Europe and go to Florence or something, I pop in my headphones and walk around, and he tells me what's what, and it's fantastic. Occasionally, I spend money with him, but I love him. I think he's great. I've not bought every one of his products, and I trust him. This is how hard it is to sell stuff today. So the more trust that we have built up, the better we're going to be able to actually convert into any type of sales of the things that we're going to be talking about in a minute. So my very simple brain says you do this. You build a list of your target readers, the people you want to serve, and you send them great content over and over and over again for free. And you, in the process, you monetize at the moments that make the most sense for them. So you're building trust. Now, segmenting your list is a challenge. Now, I'm not going to be able to tell you how to do it retroactively. So, like, let's say that you've got people who are into Nissans and people who are into Toyotas. Going back to your list and cleaning it up and trying to figure that out, it might be a challenge. There are ways to do it. Usually they involve some sort of survey. Hey, you know, I want to know, I want to serve you better, blah, blah, blah. Which of these is of most interest to you? And then they can click something, or they can do a Survey Monkey or something. The challenge with that is not very many people fill out surveys or click the button. So you don't get a huge number of people segmented in retrospect. And sometimes there's technical challenges of, okay, if I do a Survey Monkey, I've got to bring that information back into my MailChimp or to my MailerLite or whatever, so that I sync them all up. That can present a challenge, right? So what I suggest going forward, do those things. Those are great, surveys and all that. But going forward, the bigger opportunity is to do it at the front end. We've talked about this. You do it by post, by page, by category, the things that they are clicking on, that they're visiting, and you do that with different lead magnets like the Quick Start Guide. And then you do it by, you can also ask for additional information by form. I'll show you what I mean. So in this case, Christy from A Busy Baker, she's got a no-fail muffin baking guide. This is probably a bad example for category. I'm not sure exactly why you need to segment the muffin people, but imagine that you had a woodworking guide. If you had a website, just hypothetically speaking, that had woodworking tutorials, your no-fail woodworking guide, or five projects that you can do this weekend. Then because it's about Disney Cruise, muffins, woodworking, the segment that they're in, because that's what they signed up for. That's the easiest way to start segmenting your list, is to start now with new subscribers. You can also, on these forms, you can go a step deeper and you can ask for additional information. I'm asking you to be careful here, because the more fields and fields that you add to your form, it increases the drop off. It adds friction to the sign-up process. So you might lose some people. So do this when you know that you need this information. Like in Giselle's case, she might need to ask, where are you moving to? Because she knows that if you're moving to Los Angeles, she can send Los Angeles content that is super helpful. In my case, it makes sense to ask them when they're going and which ship, because I can deliver specific information that's a little bit deeper. So that makes sense for me. I have a plan and a purpose for that. Don't just throw this in here just because you want to, or you think it'd be interesting, because you might slow down your growth by adding. People go, oh, this is too much work, I'm not signing up. But if it's worth it to you, meaning you can really serve them and you can really target it, then do it. Here's a practical tip. When you are in ConvertKit or any of those others where they have tags, create labels and tags that are easy to understand later and that you will actually use. Don't just create a bunch of tags that, oh, I wonder what if I found out everybody that was in Iceland, and let's create a tag for that. If you're never going to do anything with the Icelanders, then you don't need that. So these tags just add clutter. So here's a very basic, in the weeds kind of way to manage this. If you're doing tags, do something. Let's say you had Cricut and quilting because those are, if you're doing crafts, those are very different segments. You might, if somebody comes in off Cricut, tag them interest Cricut or interest quilting, depending what they are. Now, the reason I'm putting this interest label in front of it is so that they will lump together. In particular, in ConvertKit, they do it alphabetically. So a tag of Cricut would start with a C, is going to be way up here, and quilting is going to be way down there, and you're going to have all these tags in between, and then it's just confusing. Like, what did I need that tag for? When you do something like this, you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. I was tracking who was interested. Now, Do the thing, do the work that your competitors are not doing. And that is to think through these individual segments and create a logical journey for them. If you know that somebody is got, I don't know, air fryer, signed up for air fryer content, you can create different air fryer content going forward, like a Forever series based on that segment. All right. So the reason you would do this is because it's going to provide you with the most logical, the most valuable solutions for those people's problems. As you solve their problems more, you're going to increase your overall engagement, and then they're more likely to buy from you. Am I going too fast on this? I hope this is intuitive. I hope this is making sense. The challenge a little bit is kind of sorting it out in your brain and understanding what those segments are. But if you'll do that, just spend a half hour, do it, think it through. All right. Think they came in on this, then what? Imagine that they were the only subscriber in the world, and the only way that you could communicate with them was through a weekly email. And that was it. What would you tell those people? How would you lead them to a sale? Or how would you continue to educate them? Remember when I told you about the Forever series for the Disney cruise? I don't start with the silly playlist up front. I start with the most powerful, impactful stuff up front, and then I build to that because I'm building a relationship through email. Now, if you have multiple segments, there's different ways you could do this. One example might be somebody comes in through a category quick start guide. Let's use the example of, I don't know, the pillows. Okay, Camilla, let's use your pillows. Let's say that they come in through a pillow quick start guide and you have more pillow content. And you know that for a little while, they're going to be interested in pillows. Maybe you're going to extend it on a 3-week series, 1 email per week for 3 weeks. So here's how that would look. They sign up for the pillow quick start guide. Now they're on the list. Then the very first Sunday after they complete the quick start guide, they get the pillow mini series. And for 3 Sundays in a row, they get a pillow thing and a pillow thing and a pillow thing. Now, you're not going to do that forever because that's not really who you are. And plus, people's interest in pillows kind of wanes. But you know up front that there's still that direct interest. Then you could drop them into your general Forever series. In my case, because I've got general quick start guides, I've got segment quick start guides. With the topic of Disney is so, people who love Disney really love it. And so for me, I send them a Disney Cruise quick start guide, Forever series. So they come in off the Disney Cruise quick start guide, and then they're into the Disney Cruise Forever series. But they're also getting my Disney Fun at Home or whatever Disney general content on a different day. I'm sending 2 Forever series emails a week. I'm crazy like that. You could do the same thing if it makes sense for your audience and for your segments, okay? And these are just 2 basic models out of an infinite number of whatever you can dream up. I just want you to think in terms of how we would use this automation. I hope this is making sense. All right. If you have any particular questions on that, let me know. We're going to dive in now to, I want to take you back to 2019. I've got 3 kids, and they were finally to the age where it's like, okay, let's travel. Let's go do some fun stuff. And so we decided we were going to take a 3-week trip across Europe. And it was their first experience, and we hadn't been to Europe very much. And so we're like, we're going to pack light so that we can see a whole lot of stuff. So we got these cool backpacks. Check this out. So this is like, it's a backpack by a company called Peak Design. It has zippers everywhere, and they're all over the place. And you get to put your stuff in all the right spots. And not only that, we use these compression cubes to zip things up. You know, you can have your shirts in one, your jeans in another, your unmentionables in another, and these are designed by NASA astronauts or something. It's magic. And they compress down into these backpacks. Oh, and I want to tell you about my shoes. Here I am in a beautiful vista overlooking I don't know, the Alps in Switzerland, but my shoes are the thing we should be looking at, because these are Allbirds. They're so comfortable. You just throw them in the wash when they get dirty. They're good for the environment. And I wanted something that I could take with me that would be comfortable. Oh, I'm not done. You think I'm done? Look at this. These are my Sony noise canceling headphones. I still have them right here. I love these things. These are a must, both for work here and when I'm on the plane. The screaming babies, I can't hear the screaming babies. There ain't no screaming babies anywhere. All right. So this is a must do. Why am I? I did end up in Barcelona. We ended our trip in Barcelona, Camila. So I don't know if that's that far from you. So anyway, why am I telling you about this? Why am I, other than to brag that I went on a nice trip? Well, we're going to talk about the first thing I want you to be thinking about is affiliate marketing. Did you see how excited I was to talk about some of those things? I'm making recommendations to you without making recommendations. Sometimes I'm overtly saying, go buy the Allbirds. And sometimes I'm just saying, oh man, I took these and they're fantastic. But my recommendations should matter to you because I have been there, done that. I went on a trip with kids and a long trip. So I can tell you how these products performed. So I want you to humor me here. For the people that are live, I love doing this exercise. It's really fun. I want specifics. Okay, so play along. In the chat, I want you to list as many tools as you can think of that you just can't live without, or that make your life easier or more comfortable, specific to your area of subject matter expertise. I know that you love your iPhone or whatever, or your MacBook. Yeah. I'm talking about the stuff that makes your job or life easier or more comfortable. It saves you money, saves you time. It does the work of a lot of different tools. You feel smart because you use it. Like I feel super smart taking these, and you just can't stop talking about it. And I want brand names. I want to know which ones you use. Okay, because I believe that you care about these products. All right. Okay. Rushit, I have used the Ucanic full system scanner myself.
No, you're kidding me.
I think so. It's the one that plugs into the thing.
Oh, yeah. But we have our own
codes.
brand. Does it say Ucanic on it, or does it say something else?
Gosh, it looked like. I'd have to go look. I'd have to go look. I bought it off Amazon. Is that your brand?
We haven't had that one. We have had a smaller one on Amazon. I take that back, but we have a new product. We don't have it on Amazon.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
I see why you like it, because those are super easy to tell what's going on with your car, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what else you all got? We got the Tiger aquarium gravel bag, and that is very specific, and that's what I'm looking for, Bart, is that level of specificity. All right. And we've got the aquascaping tools, the API master water testing kit. So there's certain towels and buckets you like. Okay, cool. Come on, the rest of you, what you got? There's other things that you use. Mr. Wonderful calendar. I don't know what that is. All right. What about when you're making pillows? Oh, I see. A very specific planner there. Okay. What about when you're actually doing the crafts? There's got to be certain things that you use. Ooh, you're a singer person. Okay. You basically get singer or brother, don't you? Isn't that the other? All right. You got the Singer 2000, it will surge. It will do all those things. Okay. Ooh, this silhouette cameo. All right, instead of a Cricut. Got it. Look, it's even there. Okay. So you know all about the cameo, and probably have other cameo resources, like the little thing that scrapes the thing and that lays it flat, and then there's the little edger thing, and I don't even know, right? Okay. I hope you're impressed with my knowledge and my vast knowledge of cameo. Look. All right, so there you have Gisela's specific mortgages and real estate services. If you are relocating, Giselle, I'm guessing that there are certain companies that you feel comfortable with moving, Atlas Van Lines. I don't know, I'm making stuff up. And if you do, yes, you should disclose. We'll talk about that in just a second. But that there are probably things that you've learned work well versus others. I'll give you here's kind of a dumb example. I haven't mentioned to anybody before. I actually had this revenue stream off of a private car company. This guy, he ran a limo service, but he had private cars that were inexpensive, because when you go on a Disney cruise, you fly into Orlando usually, and then you have to drive to Port Canaveral, which is about an hour plus away. And you can take Disney's transportation, but there's a cost to that, and it's kind of cattle car. You get in this big bus for about the same amount. You can get your entire family in a private car, and it's really comfortable. And he'll stop at the store, and it's almost like getting a limo, and it's just really comfortable. So I did a little video about that and put that into my thing, and I was getting kickbacks from him as a result, and because I had a good experience. So here are the 5 basic rules to expert affiliate marketing. They're all basically the same rule, is that you just want to be you just want to be authentic. Like, don't be weird about it. Don't make it weird. I've been telling you about ConvertKit. I told you about Convert Pro. I told you about ConvertBox. I'm an affiliate for all those. And I'll tell you the pros and cons of all of them. And I'm going to try to be as upfront and honest with you about that as I can. I hope that comes across. Like, look, do you need ConvertKit? No, you don't. I like it for these reasons. And I think you can take advantage of it if that'll help you. I like my Sony noise canceling headphones. Maybe you like Bose. That's cool. But these have worked great for me, and so I can talk about these. So what problem can you solve? This is an overlooked area for most of my content creators. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on this than you might have expected, simply because it's a natural fit with email, especially the evergreen side of things. Take a look at some of this. There's different ways that you can do affiliate-ready content. Something like how a certain item can make your life better. This particular example, going back to my personal life, in the Disney Cruise Forever series, what if email number 1 was about Disney Cruise Insurance? That'd be weird. A new subscriber, and I'm hitting them with, hey, you might need Disney Cruise Insurance. But by email 14 or something, where I've delivered all this amazing goodness that was simple and easy to understand, they're like, and I say, there's a 17% chance you'll need it. They're like, oh, maybe I'll listen up because Matt's been right about these other things so far. He's probably right about this too. In fact, this one email in this One Forever series was covering the cost of my email list every single month. Was that making me rich? No, but it made it so I never worried again about the cost of the list. Additional revenue stream that was dripping in off of an email that I wrote a long time ago. You could also be doing things like how to use a particular tool. I'm sure you're already doing this with the Cameo, but are you doing it with the cutter mats? Are you doing it with the, with your calendar? Are you doing it with the gravel vacuum? When you show how to use something, in essence, you're promoting it. You might make a list of, things that you just simply can't live without, or a starter kit of what you need and what you don't need. Getting started with aquarium, here's the starter kit. There's a gazillion things you could buy, but you don't need all those. Here's what you actually do need. Bump, bump, bump. That's super helpful to somebody that wants thriving, gorgeous aquarium plants. Or there's these new tools that are coming out in your space. Silhouette's releasing new tools all the time. It's nonstop. That's how they keep their business going, is release new stuff. So if you're into Instant Pot, maybe you share what the best Instant Pot accessories are. Also, you're kind of a big deal in some circles. And if you have any sort of personality at all, people just kind of want to know what you like. So what are your favorite things? And a gift guide. A gift guide is a no-brainer one. Folks, we are facing Amazon Prime Day in the face, and you could be doing deal-ready content where you do the research for them. Here's what Merrick from Merrick's Art does. She does both sewing and fashion. And so Nordstrom is kind of her brand of choice. Then Nordstrom has a semi-annual sale, like, I don't know, it seems like every month. And then everything is on sale. Well, it's not actually everything is on sale. They just say that it is, because sometimes the sale items are the same price as they've always been. So she busts through the noise and says, this is a really good deal. That's a really good deal. This is what I'm getting. Same thing can be done for Black Friday. the best sewing machine deals for Black Friday. You probably rank for this if you built this out. Or Amazon Prime Day. What are the best Amazon Prime Day deals for owners of aquariums? I don't know. What do you call that? Aquarists?
Yeah, there's an aquarist. I know how to write it. I'm too Dutch for that, but yeah.
All right, cool. So what do we do then? Let's use our email list and drive some affiliate sales. Here are some ways that you can do it. You've got, first of all, create some cornerstone affiliate content that you can fit into your Forever series or your Quick Start Guide for that matter. I just gave you an example that Disney cruise trip insurance, that's a legit question. You're spending thousands of dollars on a trip. Should you get trip insurance in case you miss the boat in Cozumel? Or you break your leg in Jamaica? Well, this stuff happens. And if I explain it to you in the Forever series at the right time, that's super helpful. It's not salesy. You can also send seasonal broadcasts, and we just gave some examples of that. Don't be afraid, even if you're not a deal blogger, to give advice about products and deals. Let me give you an example of this. Have you ever, if you're a food blogger, and I know we have a few people that do food, you know what I'm talking about. If Natasha from Natasha's Kitchen or somebody that's got a really big audience goes on her Instagram and she does an Instagram story and she says, all right, I'm going to take you to my pantry and I'm going to show you how I organize it and here's everything that's in it and da-da-da-da-da. You are glued to that. Don't tell me you're not. You're like, okay, how is she doing that? How does she organize? What brand of keto flour is she using? I don't know. You're just like all over it. That's what your audience is like too. So don't feel like just because you are not a deal blogger that you're not providing value here. You can also do some cool stuff with tags and triggers. Let's use that example of the Instant Pot for, let's say I'm sending an email. I'm a recipe creator. I'm sending an email about what I'm making for the 4th of July. In that email, there's a link. One of my recipes is for an Instant Pot. Not all of them, but what do I know if they click on the Instant Pot recipe? They probably have an Instant Pot or they're considering it. So if I tag them with an interest of Instant Pot, what could I do? I could kick off a different series. Just without them even knowing that I'm doing it, I could kick off a different series that launches them down this path of 5 days of Instant Pot awesomeness, where it might describe the best Instant Pot to get, what accessories to get with it, and of course, Instant Pot recipes. You can see how you could build affiliate content into an evergreen smart automation like that. You can add affiliate content to your template. Here's one example. This is real basic stuff, folks, but it can add up. So Corey from Hey Let's Make Stuff, she has I feel like this is very small. She has at the bottom of her email, she was in my course, she was in this mastermind, and she told me about this. At the bottom of her emails, she just puts in this deals and steals section where she's got these vanity codes or specific from her partners. And so she lumps them in there. And she's modifying it once in a while during the season, because if she finds a deal, she can just put it into the template, and all of her emails that are being sent now have that until she changes that out, changes the template from HLMS summer to HMLS fall or whatever her coupon code would be. I don't even know what this is because I've got to zoom back to, we're gonna fit it. Okay, oh, that's what this is. All right, so Nourish Move Love, she adds, and you see this modal here. She does this a lot. She'll add in these different types of affiliate mentions as part of an overall newsletter. It's almost like it's a sponsor spot. Right there. So she just fits it in. It looks like an ad. So if you don't sell the ad spot, you could use that for an affiliate spot. We can also do things like launch a new series. How to use the super duper aquarium cleaner vacuum. It's 3 days of what you need to know about the super duper cleaner vacuum. It's which one to get, how to use it, and how to take care of it. Look at that. You're ready to make this super duper cleaner vacuum. Bart's ready. Now, what you can do, or let's talk about, I don't know, let's go to Camila. How to make your home, how to make Cameo summer projects, or how to make Halloween projects with Cameo. All right. Well, first of all, I'm going to be sharing. What you can do is you can say, "Hey, everybody, as fall approaches, I'm going to be sharing with you a new series that I just made. It's 5 days of amazing Cameo Halloween projects. If you want it, click here and you'll be added to it. Then you can get 5 days of content that's delivered to you in a sequence. And guess what you can put in there? If you still need the Cameo, you buy this. If you need the Cameo scraper, you buy that. If you want these templates, you buy these. This is how you make these projects. Affiliate link, affiliate link, affiliate link. And then you give them the information that teaches them how to do the thing. Now, notice what I'm talking about here, time-bound and creating a launch. Some of us just kind of go, I have affiliate stuff, go get it. But what if you made a big deal out of it and said, gang, look, this is going away. I made this for you because it's special and you're special and only you have access to it, and you only have access to it until the end of day on Friday. And then you can't have access to it anymore because we're moving on. You'll get more people, and plus you gave yourself permission to kind of create a mini launch about that. And we'll talk about launches in a moment. Do you see the difference? You can make something big out of this. And you could do it every single month of the year in the guise of, not the guise, but it's legit, in the spirit of service. Especially if you can figure out seasonality. I have no idea what the seasonality things are related to moving or cars or aquariums, but there are some. There's gift guides. There's Amazon Prime days. I have clients that have created series about Amazon Prime Day. Another thing you could do, I'm going to throw this in here, is you could actually say, I'm going to be doing something special. I'm going to be watching the Amazon Prime deals. If you want the alerts, let me know. They give you permission. If you're feeling uncomfortable about being a deal blogger now, they give you permission to say, yeah, tell me when there's a great deal. The reason I'm hammering this is because I have a small little tiny site with a pretty decent sized list. And I have these moments of awesome sales surrounding Amazon Prime Day, Black Friday. There are other sales where I just hammer it for a little bit with letting them know, here's what's a great deal. This isn't right for all of you, but I think for some of you on this call, you could be doing a lot more in this space, and your audience will actually appreciate it. Okay, let's go to the questions. I'm going to white label the super duper aquarium vacuum. Now, I kind of, the SDAV is how we talk about it. Okay, so affiliate, this is a common question. Amazon does not want you, I don't really understand why. They don't want you to put individual links, affiliate links in emails. They're one of the very few who care about that. Almost everybody else is cool with it. Like Cricut, for example, I know firsthand that they have a very lucrative affiliate program. They're happy with you putting their links straight to their store in there. They're like, please do that. But Amazon doesn't let you do that. I know that you can link to an Amazon storefront directly. I think we saw an example of that, but that's just okay. It's not awesome. So yeah, keep that in mind. Always, pay attention to your affiliate partners program. I just thought of making a drop shipping store for a product and tried to promote it to my subscriber. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Black Friday, a couple of thoughts here, and this is related to Amazon Prime Day too. This is some tactical stuff that maybe will help one of you. If you want to become the expert and cut through the noise the thing to do is to point out real deals. Now, if you want to know how to do real deals and you're tracking Amazon in particular, this is true for others as well, but Amazon in particular has not Amazon, but there's a service that tracks Amazon. You're probably familiar with it, camel.com. And what you can do is you could come in here and you could type in, hold please. I'm getting there. It's going to be the Mr. Wonderful calendar. I don't know. This is a gamble. Hey, oh, 2020, that's not great. But you would go find the actual product, and then you can create a price watch where you track it. See, this is because it's so old, it doesn't have a good one. But it'll, if it's a current product, it'll actually Thomas Kincaid Disney is a better example. All right, so here's, if we click on this one, this puzzle, you can see the price history. All right, and so you can track it, so it'll send you alerts when prices change. And stuff changes, especially around these times of time of year. But you can kind of compare it to, okay, was it really a screaming deal or is it a pretty good deal? As of right now, in theory, it's saving you $2 off of the highest point. So what did I do with that? What I do is create with my Gmail account is a specific filterable email. So mmullen+camel@gmail.com. It still just goes to mmullen@gmail.com. You guys know that, right? You can put plus whatever, and it'll come back to your. So Amazon thinks it's a different email address, or Camel does, but your Gmail, it can be literally anything. mmullen+whatever@gmail.com.
Or you can put dots in your
put dots too,
and you can make different. Just
exactly. Thank you. That's right. You can put dots as well. So mmullen.camel@gmail.com. And the idea here is that it will, you can then filter on that into a folder. And then when the time comes, you can go check out what are all the deals and just kind of go, oh, well, they have these price alerts on this, this, and this. That's a great one. That's a great one. I can throw that up there, especially if you're in the space of, it's always the same products. If you're always doing the super duper vacuum cleaner, boom, that's a big one and you're gonna want to know about it. I gave you a subject line here, 10 best blank deals of Black Friday. I'm telling you this because this is not a time to get cute. This is not a time to say, I can't believe I almost missed this. Or, this is going to change everything. They're getting flooded. Their inboxes are full. So you've got to stand out by doing something like that's on the nose related to what they want. 10 best Disney deals of Black Friday. That works every time. 10 best aquarium deals of Black Friday. 10 best woodworking deals of Black Friday. 10 best automotive deals. On and on and on. Now, you may want to increase your emails at this time, if that makes sense for you and your business, because at this time is a very busy time. Everybody else is doing it, and you won't be punished for that. It's just you're kind of keeping up with everybody else. It also might be a time to partner with a brand. Look, I used to work in this world before I got into email consulting. Our e-commerce company, we did two things really well. We did we did email and we did affiliate marketing. I had big time affiliate partners. My challenge was I didn't have a budget. But if they came to compete with, say, Target and Walmart, but I guarantee you that my boss was, breathing down my neck to make sure that we had a real good Black Friday. So what I would do is I would partner with the people that would partner with me, because we can put more emphasis on my stuff. So you're on the other side. If you have a brand partner that you have an affiliate arrangement with that likes you and you're doing a great job, go to them and ask them for more budget, more commission, and in exchange, you're going to give them more. This is true all the rest of the year, but specifically at Black Friday, there's pressure on those people to perform. If you are the answer to that pressure, there's a likelihood that you'll get paid more, or that you'll get a special, even if they're not paying you more, maybe they'll offer a discount code that's specific to you. So you could have a Dwellex specific coupon code that nobody else has. This is also an okay time to offer deals on your own products if you're going to. I don't love that, but if you're going to, certainly Black Friday, you get more, there's more forgiveness on, people expect a deal. So it's not like you're hurting your brand in a huge way if you discount something special for Black Friday. Lastly, another subject line, my favorite subject line of all time. It's the subject line I've tested more than any others I'm not even talking about Black Friday. I'm talking about in every part of my career, everything I've ever done, whether it's food, bloggers, travel, crafts, e-commerce, it doesn't matter. Did you miss it? Works because people have FOMO. They're afraid that they did miss it. And if you say, did you miss it? You're like, miss what? And especially around Black Friday time, they already know that they're missing out on deals. They assume that they are. And so when you tell them, did you miss it? Here are the 5 best deals of Black Friday. You're going to get their attention. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. I spent probably too much time on affiliate. It's just that I'm passionate about it. I love it. And I think that it's underused as far as ways to look. I think if you were like this mega corporation, you wouldn't be here on this Zoom with me, honestly. So I think we're all looking for ways to diversify our revenue. So don't rule out affiliate, especially once you have a thriving list. Oh, there's other things. I'm not done. I'm not done. Let me show you this. Okay, for a while there, Lego did this thing called Lego Life magazine. And I got paid, I don't know, like $2 for every person that signed up. It was free to them. And so I created a page to talk about it. I took pictures of it. Here's how you get it. Step-by-step guide with pictures showing what it is. All right. I spent time on this affiliate offer. I not only got my own deals from my own audience, but I ranked for this. And so people were discovering me and I was getting paid. Now it doesn't work anymore. It is since long gone. But once in a while, things like this happen. And if you get a template and some hustle, bada boom, bada bang. Okay. I have the same template of a post where it's actually fairly easy for me. It takes about, I don't know, 15 to 20 minutes for me to whip out, if I have the images, for me to whip out a new page for the affiliate offer once you kind of have it. I'm not saying that yours are going to be like this or that you need to do this. It's more of illustrating what you can do that you may not be thinking about. Is anybody out there crushing it with anything specific with affiliate? Probably not even on the radar. Okay. Well, hopefully I didn't just waste 30 minutes of your time. But I think that if you pick up 1 or 2 of these products, remember the point. You are a subject matter expert. I think I'm going to stop it there, folks, because tomorrow we get into the heavy lifting of how to sell stuff. Question for you. So as I prepare, who is selling stuff?
Like our own products or other people's products?
Either. Yeah. What have you got? What are you doing?
I just set up Shopify store last week, and I tried. I added a few T-shirts with some designs how people would love Florida, and I was trying to test it. And I thought that if people are interested in Florida, then I will add other states or maybe even cities.
Okay. Cool.
But I have not had any sales so far. Only 200 people stopped by that store.
Yeah. That's gonna be a tricky one, I think. You're gonna have to build up some trust there, I think. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I started that too, like with Shopify, using like Printify so to do certain designs and stuff, and really didn't have that much success with that either. Like, and I didn't do any like pushing it or anything like that. But then we did have this product, this scanner with our own design and stuff. And that has doing very well because it's helping people like figure out where their check engine light is on or their airbag light and stuff like that. And from that, that's on Shopify too, but from that, people sometimes might buy like a shirt or something extra, but it's nothing. I mean, like the shirts and the gear stuff it's not that great, but the product that helps people is definitely like doing pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. Good to, I mean, I think you've got some fundamental principles you already understand there, that the product that helps people is the thing that they're going to buy. The thing that they relate to you, where you're teaching them how to use it, they'll likely to buy that. So some of the stuff that we've applied here with the affiliate principles is also true with your own products. Look, most people are discovering us through a Google search. I know I'm overgeneralizing that. I'm overgeneralizing that, but if they're coming through a Google search, they don't care about all the other stuff yet. It's just, what problem do you solve for me? I'm not buying Taylor Swift merch until I have bought the album. And I'm not buying the album until I've heard Blank Space on the radio 50 times. That's just how it goes. It's hard to get people to part from their money. So there are such things as impulse buys, but it's not usually going to make you rich. So if you want to have regular revenue streams around things like impulse buys, like t-shirts, we need people to see it. Whether you're wearing it and they're like, that's super cool, other influencers are wearing it. How does it apply to how you're solving their problems? So if you go back to, like in the case of the free Lego magazine, or whatever I do, let's say I made an autograph book for a Disney cruise. That is related to my content and it helps them, and I can show them how to use it. And I'm going to devote time and energy and money to do that. And over time, I'll probably have a much better success rate of getting people to take us up on that. So we'll talk more about selling stuff and things people are doing in the space a little bit more tomorrow. But there's some business models I want to show you that illustrate what I just talked about. So I want to spend some time on some deeper business breakdowns tomorrow. So, and
actually, thank you very much. I think out of 4 days, I'm trying to puzzle together and put together an offer. And I don't know if it's going to do well or not. I'm trying, but I am creating a checklist for those people who move, and it's going to be the most comprehensive I can find on the internet. And I added stuff to whatever I could find. So it's going to be almost probably 100 pages of different stuff.
Wow.
I have just created yesterday the coupon pop-up, or not coupon, but pop-up for the 6-day course on how to pick the perfect location. Today, my plan is to create an email series on that. Good. And then at the end of it, I would like to promote the entire package, it's going to include probably the first 7 pages only. So I'm going to try to promote the entire 100-page moving checklist binder.
Very cool.
I don't know how it's going to do, but I'll try.
I think that has a better chance of success, right? Because it is connected to what they're interested in, and what they think about you, and how, the problems that you can solve for them. I like it. That's a great idea. We'll talk more about how to promote that in email tomorrow. I'll give you some pointers there. All right. If you want to stick around and ask any questions, great. Otherwise, tomorrow will be our last session. So we'll cry a little bit, shed a tear as we sign each other's yearbooks, and promise to keep in touch, and then never do. It's gonna be a bittersweet thing, but make sure that you're here, and I'll bring a lot of value. Okay. All right. We'll see you then. Take care, everybody.
Can I have some more minutes of your time?
Of course, yeah.
Good sir.
Should I stop recording? Is this private?
I would love to go through quickly through my Forever series mails
Okay.
that I've written today,
Yeah.
so I don't mind it being on recording.
I think it'll help somebody out there. So,
All right, so then I'll share the link
Great.
in the chat, and you've got editing access, hopefully.
all right, let's bring this up.
And it doesn't have to be anything thorough, but just your thoughts. I could sadly I can't make it tomorrow live, so I'm gonna watch the replay tomorrow. So this is
Okay.
also our last
we'll miss ya.
interaction.
All right, let's take a look here.
So all the links are buttons, and everything everywhere where it says Robin, it says
Always-
Matt.
There are always more fish we want to keep. Trust me, I know you'll have the right fish. How to pick right colors, temperaments. Yeah, this is good. I'd probably do it more all caps, almost like a headline, like a magazine article or something.
I can do that.
But that's not a big deal. So
Mhm.
like go suitable choices for a heavily planted tank.
I've been learning from you.
Trust me, I know your local fish store. Yeah, cool. Aquatic plants that flower. Only there were plants that grow little flowers in your tank. There are. That's funky.
It's cool, right?
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's cool. I'm clicking and going, oh, I should be sharing my screen. Sorry. I just dove in here.
That's how captivating they are.
Yeah. Look at that. Wow.
Hoppa.
I gotta sign up for this.
Let's go. Nice. Perfect conversion.
You're crushing it now.
10 out of 10.
Look at that. That's beautiful. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, so I shortened all the subheadings that I sent for me this afternoon.
Well,
So now they're all short. But I feel like I'm losing some info, but they do work. Like I get why they can be shorter.
just an idea.
Curiosity and self-interest.
Just an idea. Yep. Reason I say that, 10 aquatic plants that flower. It makes me, I have to think about that for a minute. That flower, what does he mean?
Yeah.
And then when you, for me, it's almost like, hang on a quick second. I'm being summoned. I have to check this out. See if it's okay. What I might do here is something along the lines of did you know you can grow flowers in your aquarium? This is just me not knowing this. So maybe everybody else knows this is a thing and I don't.
I think you're good. Like I like this email because it's really an interesting subject, even in aquariums. So
yeah,
I don't think many people know this.
Like I kind of got fascinated when I was clicking through, right, and going and checking out the
Yeah, it's like wow.
the links. So let's
just between me and you, it is incredibly difficult, but
is it?
yeah, it's difficult to make them flower.
Well, yeah, but a lot of this, I think you cross this, you kind of bridge this you bridge this inspiration and information, don't you think? Like,
yeah.
Like it's kind of like decor, in a way. Like I want to have the most beautiful tank. People that get into doing a tank probably do it as a hobby, and they're just totally thrilled with seeing the little clownfish swimming through here, and and oh, what's the sea anemone, and what about one of those cleaner shrimps that do all the thing,
Yeah.
just like I kind of I want this feeling of magic, right?
Hmm.
I'm only going off, the only experience I have is I had a boss that when I was working for him, I was like, I just thought he was the richest guy in the world. And he had this beautiful office, and he had like behind me, I've got this wall where his whole wall was this massive indoor
that's
aquarium, and it
cool.
was just incredible. And you walk in there and the lights and he's like, ooh, look at my cleaner shrimp doing its thing. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. So anyway, I'm rambling now, but my point is, can you get that into your subject
I
line?
guess I can treat it more like decor. I heard one person say that people with an aquarium make it look beautiful, or their goal is that if the postman delivers the package, he'll be like, oh wow, what's that? That's the thing.
Yeah,
It is decor for many people.
right. I really think there's something to that.
Mhm.
So that's why changing up, we'll have to see how it performs. I don't know. This is just me guessing, but that's what a lot of marketing is. Sometimes it's just based off of, you make a guess off of what you think that they know. But if you
Mhm.
do like, what the heck's a high flow tank?
It's a tank with a lot of flow, but
I
I
don't
tried
know
to
what that-
shorten it. So it's like current in like water current. Because
So
you've
if
got
somebody is reading this is going to
pumps.
know whether they have that or don't.
I guess I don't know.
Okay, so
don't
let's
know.
take this idea then.
Hmm.
So if we're talking about making this more exciting and
Yeah.
more aspirational, how do we do this with 11? What type of fish? High flow.
Yeah. So the article that does well serves the target keywords aquarium fish that like strong current.
So that's a very specific user that has that need. How many
Yes.
people in your audience are going to have that need?
Not many,
Okay,
not
so
many, but
then
it is
in the Forever
interesting.
series.
Like you can learn about the fish. Maybe, I don't know.
Why would I want to learn about the fish if I'm not actually going to have those fish?
Good point. Yeah,
I don't know.
Inspiration could be
Okay.
both, right?
Okay, so then how would you flip this? So first of all, you can address this to the people that do have it, and you could take this and put this at the bottom of the Forever series. Like, so if you happen, so they're already like totally into all your stuff. Aquarium Genius has really helped them, blah, blah, blah. And by the way, if you happen to have, strong current tank, then you're going to know this one. But if you don't, but I think a different way is kind of maybe the way I look at each one of these is, did you know you can blank? Did you know that this is possible? Did you know that?
Yeah, it's more like a news article, like these aquarium fish thrive in high current tanks or something.
Right. I think people be interested in that.
Yeah.
And because they're probably going to be a more exotic fish, probably have a different look to them.
Yeah, they're streamlined and they live in rivers usually. So
Oh,
that's cool.
that is cool.
Yeah.
So turn it into
That's cool article.
that's cool. Yeah. Like, did you know this is possible? And for those of you who have it, here's how you do it, that kind of thing.
Yeah. What about the next one, for example? It's also an article that does well. It's something that might apply to people. Like it does solve a problem.
No, I think this one's fine as it is.
Okay.
Because
Because it's also quite bland, it's like,
yeah, well, yeah. So
yeah, perfect.
that's
Wow.
just more of like informational of,
Yeah, but still also the this and the dot, it's
yeah.
sparks curiosity, I feel like.
Okay. On this one, I'm going to go a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah, it's specifically about gravel, but I guess I see what you mean.
Well, okay, to clean your gravel. If that's probably something that everybody has that issue, right?
Yeah. Okay. This is also inspiration, but then
Yeah, I like this. You use plants different heights. Cool.
I think this is really informative, because it's a skill to plant an aquarium in such a way that you create extra depth and make it look very good. This is
okay. So it's
really
not.
good tip.
So for them, the tip is not like, am I specifically looking for something that stays small, or am I looking for the plants that add a new layer of beauty?
It
And
is
then you
that
could
again.
and then you could explain that and say,
Yeah,
one Santa is, and do stuff like this, like. This is the main point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So. Or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I tackle it too much with an SEO perspective. I have the article that ranks on aquarium plants that stay small. And
Right.
then I put my email subject like aquarium plants that stay small, but I
Yeah.
can do other stuff. Yeah.
No, it's with email, it's holistically getting to their motivation.
Yeah.
Because the person, so I've
It's
run
more
into,
fundamental.
and this is for anybody who's still listening. Probably nobody else is still listening, but for example, you may rank number 1 for tuna casserole. And if you're Googling tuna casserole, great. You need to make a tuna casserole, or you want to. Most people in the world are not wanting or needing or craving tuna casserole. It's just not a normal thing to crave. But a chocolate chip cookie, that one we're all want. So what do you do with the tuna casserole? So the chocolate chip cookie, you could just say how to bake the perfect chocolate chip cookie. The other one you could say is the dinner, or my favorite high protein dinner. Boom. Right. And then you're like, okay, why do I want tuna? Oh, I hadn't even considered tuna casserole. Like, I had not considered that I even needed plants that stay small. You're explaining to me that
you want a beautiful aquarium, and therefore you need depth, and you can create depth with small aquarium plants.
Like this one, I would probably be less literal, and I'd probably do something like, that's not right. That's not the right thing, but something like that. That's a little too long, but you know what I mean? Because I don't want, you're not going to grab me with sand.
Mm-hmm.
Sand is boring.
It is, yeah. Big
like
time.
Tuna casserole is boring. But knowing that that this is super important, okay, all right, teach me, right? Help battle algae.
Yeah, because then they will click, and then they will read, and then they will still be interested.
That's right. And I think you probably have something similar going on here with algae. Hey, let's take a quick look. Let's go to the site.
Now I'm getting nervous.
No, you know way more about SEO than I do. You're crushing it because you're already doing that in a way that I don't. So all I'm looking at here is okay, couple of thoughts. Freshwater versus saltwater. There's 2 segments. You probably need to be addressing those. If I'm getting going, and we're talking about decor, what are all the topics related to beautiful aquariums? It's going to be fish, big fish, little fish. You're gonna talk about the fish ecosystem. Do they eat each other? I don't know. I'm making stuff up. You're going to
Mhm.
talk about
You can go to the menu. Then like it's too far from the homepage, I know, but in the menu you can, for example, if you press just aquarium plants instead of going to one of the sub like here's more segmentation, I
oh,
guess.
dude. Okay.
And I have this for fish as well, and for maintenance and stuff like that.
Okay. So I want you to back up. I want you to back up off of this stuff. These may be the things, but come down here and take a fresh look at this and say topics and say, what are must know for the most beautiful aquarium? Forget about where you rank on anything. Just
Mhm.
think about you as the OG aquarium genius. You know more about this stuff. So if you're going to give a TED talk, you're going to stand up, you're going to say, you're probably, so it's going to be fish, budget, feeding, which to choose, which are exotic, that wow, common, that you must have,
And combinations, I think that's like
fish combination. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. I
That's
love
a
that
good one.
idea.
Yeah.
Fish combinations is awesome. And then plants. You could do the same exact stuff. And anyway, build these out in a way as if you're educating somebody. Other things I want you to think about is lists, like roundups. This can be a little bit more random. 10 most popular articles for beginners.
Okay.
Uh,
That's existing content on my site and then round it up for a purpose.
that's right. Yep.
I've
More
got, for example, I've got on the site, I've got 10 plans for goldfish, 10 plans for guppies, 10 plans for this, for this, for that. Like for these types of fish, I can round that up maybe. It's like 10 plans for each type of fish or something. And then that's one email, right? Then
Yeah, that's an email. And then you're just like, that week. Okay, so let's talk about the perfect plants for your particular fish. Almost
'cause-
everybody has these types of fish. So just scroll through and find your,
'cause
whether
I've
it's a
literally
guppy
got
or
like
a goldfish,
15 of
we've
that.
got it. Right. And then you
Mhm.
just make a list. In fact, that doesn't even have to be a pretty email. That could be like a bullet point list. Or you could make it prettier, whatever.
some
But if you-
subheadings like bottom feeding fish or whatever, and then rank it a little bit. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Before
I
you
like
continue,
rankings.
what? Oh yeah, that's also cool. By the way, I can make that.
Most affordable fish, most healthy, sturdy,
Cold water.
most beautiful, my personal favorites.
Yeah,
The fish I've owned the longest.
yeah. Are
Um,
these emails or articles?
okay, so tell me, answer me the question. Just start listing them off. I don't really care. What are your favorite fish? Your personal favorite fish?
I can dive in there with you, all right? I can write some stuff down.
Well, just give me an example. I just want, for the sake of argument.
Okay, I like guppies for several reasons.
Okay, I don't care why, but that's good. What else?
Okay, a goldfish,
A goldfish. Okay, and what else? One more.
gourami.
Gourami. All right. So you
Gourami.
like those three fish?
Yes.
Do you have articles about those three fish?
Yes.
Are they separate articles?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Matt. Today we're going to talk about. I've had an aquarium for approximately 300 years. I've gone through about 5 billion species of fish, and that's why over time I've settled in on my absolute 10 favorites. Here are my 10 favorite fish, and I'm going to tell you with each one why I love them, and then why I love guppies. Click here. Why I love goldfish. Click here. Why I love whatever you just said. Click here. There's your email.
Yeah. That's cool. Because these are, I can write like 10 emails, interesting emails for the forever sequence because it's evergreen. That's the nice thing about aquariums.
Yeah.
Why were you writing down the segmentation with the fish and plants? Is that for on the site or is that also?
No, these are just topics for you to
Emails.
think about.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing a forever series, you're creating this journey. So fish combinations might be a little bit more advanced topic.
Mhm.
Maybe we do that one a little bit later. Or the exotic fish, or you're like the 10 most affordable fish might be what you start with because everybody just needs to get going.
Yeah,
You
like
might have
easy, affordable.
the ultimate starter guide. Or what I would, or what I have in every tank. You know,
Yeah.
like kind of the things we've been talking about up to this point, accessories, and these are other things.
And these are among the first emails in my forever series, right?
Maybe.
So someone will get a quick start guide and then go through the sequence.
That's the trick. You need to think through what makes most sense for your audience. I'm just giving you some laundry list ways to think about this a little bit differently.
Mhm.
So imagine that you had a year worth of content for somebody, because people get an aquarium, they're not getting rid of it.
No, true. They're
So
only getting more into it. That's the
They're only
interesting
getting more
part.
into it. Okay, so take that, and it's like, how do I get them more and more into it? And
Yeah.
start with the journey in mind. Start with broad, basic topics, and then go into the deeper stuff. But always thinking, educate and inspire, educate and inspire. And I think that you'll have a lot more fun with it too.
Write those two words down. Oh, almost got it. Educate and inspire. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
Cool.
Okay. Well, does that help? Give a
A
little
lot.
bit more of
A lot. Yeah,
flavor to it.
I'm only going to get more into the email stuff.
Love it.
I think I'm gonna write a quick start guide on fish next, and then they'll go to the same forever series. And
I want to give you an individual rah-rah, because you've got, what I will tell you is that, okay, here's a model that you've probably thought of, but succulents and sunshine.
Mhm.
I'm going to drop this in here. She does what you're doing. She does it for succulents.
Mhm.
And she's built a very healthy business off of this. So my suggestion is go look at some of it, get inspired by what she's doing, but email is your best friend here. I know that up front, you're going to be messing around with the pop-up, but I'm thinking about freshwater. I'm thinking about saltwater. I'm thinking about fish choices. I'm thinking about plant choices. I'm thinking about accessory guides. I'm thinking about individual checklists. I am diving deep into growing this list because these people will be with you for a long time. You just said it. They just get more into it. What does that
They have
mean?
aquariums for years.
They're
Like
gonna have aquariums for
years.
years. You are going to be their amazing resource going forward. At first, it's going to be a slog. It's going to feel like onesie twosies people signing up. But as you test and have the patience and try different things on these different posts, and you get more people in there, and then you think through that journey, what you're probably going to do is you're going to probably at some point split them out to fresh and saltwater people.
Site is primarily about freshwater, but there is saltwater content on there. So and with the plugin, the Convert Pro, you can target the categories.
That's right.
I saw it. So
exactly. So
can
you
do
might be creating in the future a forever series for freshwater and a forever series for saltwater. You may find people getting into that, and you're like, dang, I got more people that want this than I have content. Let's go make some content. Right. Anyway, my little rah-rah speech to you is that many people have made millions off of building strong lists that educate and teach and inspire in a very narrow niche. There's riches in the niches, as many people say, and this is a great example. In your case, you have captured this niche very, very well. So go get it.
So I'll focus, like, what's my game plan? Focus on creating a good offer so that I can get people on the list.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna create 2 or 3 quick start guides and a strong freshwater forever series.
Yep.
And then go from there.
Yes. Growth is paramount. If you tap into that, figure out whatever it is that gets the hook and try different things. Once you have them on the list, and then it's just a matter of create that journey. That's it. Just create a really killer journey of education and inspiration in a Forever series.
Yeah,
You
like
might-
a good year of content. Yeah.
Yeah, a good year of content. You might do Forever series, two Forever emails a week, and not do seasonal, right?
Mhm.
Because they can consume that much content from you and they'll love it. And I'll bring them back to your website. They keep getting inspired and learn as you go. I'm excited for you. I think you've got a real good opportunity here.
I'll keep you posted on milestones, man.
Awesome. I
Because
love it.
it's gonna be good. I can't be there tomorrow, sadly, so I'll be watching the replay. But
Awesome.
thank you very much for the past 4 days.
I appreciate it. It's been my pleasure, and it's